Hello, everyone. Things are moving slowly this morning. We're not really sure why.
Oh, my goodness. There we are.
It is Sunday. There's going to be a lot of leafiness going on.
Leafy.
She's been making more leaf papers. Big shocker there, right?
I haven't done anything to the pouch yet because Mariah told me not to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that on camera.
We're pouching again.
We're pouching because I have leftover leaves.
Yeah.
Mustn't waste the leaves.
Don't waste the leaves.
Okay, now where am I here? Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to do the chat. Where did it go? I don't know why I have to do the chat. Oh, every now and then I look up there.
Yeah, I know. I really wish you just, unless it's Monday.
Oh, and then I'm supposed to read.
Yes.
Ah.
But I know you like to look over there once in a while.
I do.
Comments that I don't read.
I do.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm going to have a little chat here.
All right. Well, anyway, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Those of you that have already done those thumbsy upsies, thank you very muchy. Those of you that have not, please do. It's right down here. This thing, and you go, and then you're like, yeah.
I just like to see who's here sometimes.
Yeah, well, I'm going to read that off here in a minute. That's part of my job. See, again, I feel like you're
Am I
intruding on my job.
Okay, there we go. Live chat.
Okay, this is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
We are PM Artist Studio.
All right, let's say hello to everybody.
All right.
Give the pinky hello hands, hello yellow hands. We've got Ann, Laura, hey Ann, Becky, Betty, Carrie, Charmaine, Christy, Cookie, Wookie, that's Mo, Colleen just popped in there, and Christy Hartman, I think. We got Charmaine, Christy, Colleen, Cookie, Wookie, that's Mo, Dana, Elizabeth, Ellen, Estella, Gerald, Griffin-Chill, that's Rhonda, Hoarder, Paper Crafts, that's Mimi, Grid, hello, Isabel, Jennifer, Kim, a little this and that, that's Jennifer. Thank you for doing that, Jennifer. Lori, Paul, Lucy, Lydia, Marguerite. Mark Hines is here with all his pinky hello hands. Love that. His enthusiasm makes me chuckle and feel really loved. I love that. Michelle with one L, but not the Michelle with one L. The other Michelle with one L. Michelle with two L's. Mitzi, Nancy, Paula, Rhonda, Rosemary K. Sophia, Sandy, Silver, Granny, and her Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn and Grumpy. Star Traveler, that's Linda. Susan Anderson, SWL, that's Sherry. Texture Junkies, that's Sharon, aka Sharon. The Shelley Studio, that is Margot. Tina Schwanberg, Tracy LaBeouf, Veronica, and whoo, we have quite the crowd. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. It was simply because you didn't show up in the list. Do give me, an extra pinky hello hand, and I will make sure that I say hello. Like Margie did, and Lucy, and Darlene.
Doopy in my glasses.
And hello, Liz. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. He has gotten some super duper happy mail. And Ellen is here. Ellen is here. All right, so here, hold on. I'm going to go top view. So it was so sweet because, P went on and on about the Baron, and then Ellen was a little worried that, she was going to order one, and I'm very happy that she did reach out because that could have happened. Sometimes she does some unauthorized purchasing, or certainly sneaky purchasing.
I had to cancel my credit card because I had weird
charges
purchases from Hong Kong, and I haven't been to Hong Kong lately, so I can pretty well eliminate that as a viable purchase. And anyway, I can't buy anything for a while because my card's not back here yet.
Mm-hmm.
My new one. Just tidying up a bit. I wanted to look at least, like, yeah.
Yeah. So she bought.
Are we topside?
Yeah, we have been.
Am I in the right place?
You are.
I am in the right place.
You are in the right place. I got her corrected.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mariah and I have been conversating a lot here lately, and it's been good. All right. If you don't know about Cody Woodcrafts, then you need to get No'd up, especially if you want a Baron. And you can specify. Yeah. He can custom make you whatever one you want.
Show him the PM Artist Studio one.
Well, I was just looking at the other day, and I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like crap.
That's fine.
It's well used.
Show him the PM Artist Studio, though. That was really
here.
what I was getting at. Because I sent him that, and he put it in there. So you can even send him things, and he'll do it. Just got to reach out.
Yeah. And what I love about this one, and you need to specify, because, see, this one, I won't be able to knob it.
It's not just flip it over and use your...
Because, see, it has a slightly, it has a different surface on that side. And you can see, I mean, but look at it, how glassy and smooth, and, it's really, I don't know, I don't want to upset that surface there because it works very nicely for me.
That's right, Carrie. He says it's not crap. It's well-loved tool.
Thank you. It is well-loved, and I guess I could clean it, but
I think that it adds to it personally.
You think it does?
Now you could
but
clean up the PM Artist Studio part.
Wood.
Show that off a little more.
Well, I know, but it's kind of crudted up too.
Yeah, you should clean that part.
I should clean that part. I don't know.
Keep the paint clear of the PM Artist
All
Studio.
right, so let's get to the new one. Check this out. I'm going to get, now, do I have it up in there?
Very
Watch
good.
this. And remember, the triangle, what always goes at the top? Yellow. And then it'll tell you, okay, we need to get the little.
It's very cool. And Izzy was very,
there we go.
Impressed with
yellow,
this.
red, and blue are, and that's a triadic color. It should say primary, but it doesn't. And then complementary colors. Look at that. I mean, isn't that cool? I absolutely love it. And I haven't used it yet.
Mm-hmm.
I really am going to save it when I do color, my color things. Mm-hmm. But I will do that today.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do, I talked with Mariah. And I didn't talk with Carrie, speak with him directly. Mariah does that a lot, and then she just, relays what I need to know. She
I'm the main
synopsizes the conversation.
Yeah.
And anyway, so the upshot of it was that I really, I need to put my money where my mouth is. And I know what my mouth gets kind of big sometimes. So, and this is kind of scary for me. And I will say that. I will admit that. Because when I start mixing a color, and, I've mixed colors and sometimes it just goes south. And you just have to, use that and scrape it off in a jar and use it another day. But I'm going to attempt to make salmon today.
She had a good conversation with Paul about it.
I had a conversation with Paul about it. And then in the comments, indirectly, I explained, what my whole thing was with the color business and the naming. And I think that's okay now.
Yeah.
I think everybody's okay with that. They understand. And as Mariah says so very often, the world according to P. It ain't everybody.
No.
And doesn't have to be. Okay, now back to this bear. I've got to show you. Look at this wonderful
print. Hey, and that is, oh goodness. Which stencil is that? Is that our stencil?
I don't know. I didn't recognize it as such, but I don't know a lot of them. It says, Patricia, your teaching style inspires me to tap my creativity in a new way. The depth and quality of your technique provides a wealth of information and humor.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Ellen. And it's so cute because she actually sent it in
the thing with Anthony's deal, which is so sweet.
I know. Isn't that sweet?
Yes.
Oh, I loved everything about it. I put my tongue oil on the top up there.
So she lost her other one, so it was kind of nice that she has another one.
I can access it readily. The other one I put up so well that I haven't been able to find it. It's kind of like the Christmas decorations.
Oh, Paula says we did. We had a most lovely conversation.
Yeah.
Paula loves chatting with you. In fact, sometimes she messages me and says, hey, tell P this or that. And you should reach out to her more directly.
I know. And she made some marvelous, when she did her little bar thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had, I counted 3 absolutely spot on salmon. And she was using watercolor. Watercolor's kind of a little bit, that's a whole nother animal.
That's a whole other animal.
It really honestly is. And
because I think with watercolor, you have to take into consideration the paper itself.
Yes.
More so than you do with an acrylic, necessarily.
Yes.
I feel that way.
Absolutely. All right. I'm just going to start off here with my, what I got on there. Oh, that looks like.
Yes, I know. And I think that was, I hope that was helpful to some too, as well. Tommy and Lynn. I think she did that for me.
All right.
Which I enjoyed very much. So.
Well, I've got a little mucky muck here. I could actually go ahead and just remove that.
Yeah, you could tape that and get it off there.
We don't want that messing with our business.
Oh, okay, cool. So Carrie said that they have decided that going forward, they are going to denote the Pantone library, quoting their names and numbers as their an international resource. Yes, and even across like industries, because that's one of the reasons that Pantone exists. And then Brad and I had a real conversation about how funny that, we've known of Pantone even before it got like super popular, because obviously we both worked for printing companies. She hates this stuff. She hates it. She thinks it's just
ridiculous. But hey.
See, we all have our little, I have a passion about it. And
I do understand why Mariah uses it.
Yeah.
Because of the thing on the computer.
Well, because what would happen is, so especially once digital proofs came around for the printing industry, you would have clients that then said, oh, and I can even remember this one time. And I was like, oh, wow, that this person has this job. And I couldn't believe that they had the job. Because they said, can't you just mix the RGB colors? And this was from a designer. And I was like, okay, but that's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. RGB is digital. CMYK, that is printing press, kind of how the color wheel works. But she wasn't getting it. She wanted to match them. But what's funny is then Pantone came out with a color bridge Pantone book. I have one of those. I was very, that was a hoopty-doopty-doopty big deal for me to buy that, because it tells you the breakdown from CMYK into RGB and into hexchrome, which is
I'm going to mix up a little extra of this and put it over in something.
But the funny thing is they even showed the slight differences between, which I'm like, man, who has that job to figure out those quirky little differences? Now, with the coated and uncoated paper, that you can achieve because you coat the paper and you don't coat the paper. But between showing what a digital version of the color to what it will be printed, that's some stuff right there.
This is just titanium white.
As the crickets are going. Okay, so you've got what out there? Sorry, I was on my rant.
Well, this is titanium white, heavy body golden.
With the Galleria
burnt sienna. See, I'm getting my burnt in there. And it's funny, this morning Mariah and I were going, okay, how burnt is it? Did it catch on fire?
Who was cooking this? Because if it was my dad, it was very burnt. We used to refer to it as clarking it.
The bread.
Yeah, the bread.
Well, we would still say that. Don't clark the bread. Okay.
That's how you know that it happens more than once. People start referring to it as your name. Yeah. Instead of, did you burn it? Did you clark it?
Okay. Now, when I told Paula about this, I said, I think you just need to make pink.
Yeah.
And then and I told her to use
So that's the burnt sienna and the Titan together?
This is burnt sienna. My favorite.
Oh, okay.
Permanent rose.
Okay. I was like, how did you get so pinky there quickly? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I showed it to everybody, but you were talking.
I was.
You didn't
sorry.
see it. No worries. Okay. So now I'm going to take And I said to use a toothpick.
Thank you, Becky.
I don't really have a toothpick here, but I've got this little jobber.
Yeah, you don't need much. Don't be trying to squirt that out there.
Yeah, don't be trying to squirt it out there. I'm not kidding you, because
you'll be mad.
You'll be mad. And this is phthalo blue red shade.
I don't know about this choice. I'm kind of curious as to why you would go with the blue, because that wouldn't be my first inclination.
Okay, the reason I am is because I'm
trying to darken it up a little.
No, because of the yellow in here.
Okay.
And the orange. So I'm taking the complementary color and I'm making this salmon just ever so slightly a little. I'm on the color wheel. Where's my
okay. Well, I'm curious because see, I that's where I was thinking. Well, why are you trying to?
So we've got sort of a red orange here, and if you look here, see this? I would say that's red orange, right? See, here's red and here's yellow. So red orange is right there. So if we turn our little hoop-de-doo thing here, the opposite of red orange is blue green. And so I went with, I'm getting my yellow from here. Right? And so this is making my orange. And then I'm double whamming it here because this is making green. And then I've got my red out here.
Right. But I want to know why you're trying to neutralize the orange. Because to me, like, I would be part that I would want to kind of keep in there.
It's not so much necessarily, that's a good question. Not so much neutralizing it as just making sure that it doesn't go super bright.
Yeah. And Paula just said muddy salmon shade. Love it.
Okay. It's not quite there. I'm just feeling it needs a bit more of the.
And then please keep in mind, see, this is where it gets a little tricky too, is that whenever you guys see it on your monitors or your different devices, the color may be different.
Now see what that little bit did. See the leftover from here?
Yeah.
And can you see how that suddenly, it just yellowed it out ever so much.
Okay. I like that.
And I think that that's coming into the color range where I would say that's salmon.
Exactly, Colleen. Exactly.
And I just, I can muddy it down just a touch more. I don't want to lose it because it's real easy to lose it at this point. And you notice how little I actually put out there. That over there. Oh dear, I didn't. Oh, I'm not doing any watercolor, so it's no big deal. Okay, so what we're going to do.
Like, to me personally, I feel like this is, like my salmon would be a little more orangey. Because I'm thinking like sushi salmon. That's me.
Well, I can make it ever so slightly more orange. And I think maybe it's not so much orange as a little bit more yellow.
Yes, exactly, Carrie. He says, please do be aware that when mixing color, you are also dealing with tints and shades. And I think this is where the it's more of a recommendation, like, and go with the direction and maybe, you're more happy slappy like me, or you're a little more dirty grungy like, Paula and P, because they like things a little more muted. So I think that's something to consider.
Yes, and what Carrie just said, could we get back to that for just a second? When you're adding white, you're making tints. When you're adding black, you're making shades. Just think of, being in the shade, You don't want to be, don't be shady. Yeah.
Unless you want to be in the shade.
And I'm going to try to get a small amount out here.
Hey, Carla.
It's really
Flora.
hard to get just a small amount. But this is Indian yellow. And this is the recommendation of yours truly over there. So
yes, and raw salmon.
If it goes south here,
salmon. I said that
you can all look at Mariah and say, nah. But I don't know that she's not right.
One way of saying it.
And it's kind of nice because you can see what we started out here with down here. This pink right here. Can you see the difference? I mean, it's sort of.
Hey, Carla, and happy birthday.
Totally changed it, but some. I'm going to put that up in the...
Yes, in the technology. See, I like that. That has a little more feel of like that, to me, reads more salmon. Like what I would think of.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do here, because we don't want to just, you know...
Yeah.
Be blowing this off. We're going to do a little ombreing here.
It's Carla's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday. Okay, I'm going to put that up because I don't really need that right now. There we go.
I think in 2025 we may do that, Carrie. He's suggesting that as a sorry. Start with a swatch recipe book as a feature resource. Oh, welcome, Liz.
That's a lot of pink.
And it did the thing at the bottom. Yay.
Okay, so I'm spreading this out on my little thing over here because remember what I love to do with these? I love to get a couple of layers of stuff on here and then
yeah, remember some of those
do
prints,
my tape thing?
Yeah, remember some of those prints she found the other day? This is kind of how they start. So y'all just, you know, note somebody star date. This. So
I just muss it about because this is when I take my tape and pull it off.
This is the salmon
it's a lot
layer.
of fun. I mean, it really honestly is.
Hi, Spider's Corner.
Okay, so we've got that up there.
Yes, and sockeye is more red.
We're going to go with burnt sienna as our orange. And what I might do is I might add a little of my really flavorful orange down here. We really haven't decided. Because I burnt it slightly there with that.
Okay, so you got your burnt sienna. And a little bit of the orange. And then I'm not going to add any of that. And then what was my last color is Titan Buff, which is, I consider to be a kind of creamy.
I don't know if I have any of that here.
I see some of these paints hanging out, and I'm just like, they're going to take the camera out. Sorry.
And see, it needs to be, all right, let's just take a little white.
Okay. Pale lemon.
What is it?
Pale lemon was the name of the. So you could even make it a little more yellowy if you wanted.
Well, I mean, look at that. See, I just knocked it off a bit.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to be fine.
I love it. Thank you, Sophia. Sophia has marked the start date and what has begun as the salmon expedition.
Well, I think we're getting a good representation there of our 3 colors of salmon is really kind of taken over because I had so much of it.
There was a lot.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
We know that that's.
I don't think she does.
What?
We don't have a Winsor Newton pale lemon, do we? I know I got her that set, but I don't think it came with no, that's golden.
Less yellow light, but the reason I don't like that one is because
that one is zingy.
It's so it's a cool. Now, I can leave this on here and pull this all off, but we might be able to get a little bit of.
Oh, good God, there was a lot of it. Look at.
Oh, yeah. Getting a lot of salmon
Hi,
here.
Dorothea.
Hopefully, some on both ends here.
I love this color mix. Like, it, yeah. Maybe pull up a little bit of representation of the.
Well, let's not liking that.
No.
But this is great. This is a great starter piece here.
Yeah.
And we got a little bit left on the plate here. go ahead and, disperse that and clean it off.
Oh, no, Sophia.
And then look at this.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, that's the brayer off.
Best one of the bunch.
Love that one. Brayer off.
Of course. You just throw away your prints and keep your brayer off. All right. Hey, I think that was pretty successful.
Oh, wonderful.
I feel pretty good about it. I think even you have options.
So Jennifer says, I spent hours yesterday doing this. I learned so much about color mixing, and P spends minutes. LOL.
Hey, when I first started out, I'll tell you this.
This is a good story. She tells it often, but it's good. It's worth hearing again.
So one of the things in design class that you have to do is you did when I took the design classes, you had to pick out a colored comic book, comic
like
from the newspaper.
Yeah.
They used to have them in the newspapers. This tells you how long ago it was. And you had to transfer it to draw it on another piece of paper, bigger, enlarge it, and then you had to match the colors. Well, I remember I took this independent study at summer school.
Independent study. I think that is, we should reference that in how we teach here. Because I feel like.
Yes, because what happened is the person that was responsible for me that I signed up for would just come in and check on me every now and then, and
guide you a little.
Yeah, whatever. Because it was on site. I didn't do it electronically over the whatever. So she came in
the 80s.
Yeah. She came in, and I'm trying to get this wonderful sort of grayed out white. I had a container, and it had about this much paint in it. And she just laughed, and she said, what is so funny is almost every student I've ever had does the same thing. Take some of that out, then you don't have to use so much paint. And I was just using temper paint, cheap temper paint.
Which is a tricky little thing to do anyway.
Yeah, it kind of is. And you don't have turquoise. Turquoise is another whole blue.
Yeah.
It's another whole area of blue. So anyway, that's my story. Just when you start getting big amounts of paint there, take a little bit aside, put the rest in some places a backup in case you mess that one up. And then you don't have to use so much paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lesson learned. All right. Let's see what we have on the plate over here. I'm just looking at this. Oh, now that's almost salmon.
Yes. But I want y'all to keep in mind that the color's going to change ever so slightly because the plate has a bit more yellow to it.
True that.
Than what,
because all of my plates are old. Well, they're not all old, but most of them.
Yeah, and it's interesting how quickly I think especially when she uses the fluid acrylics, because of the way the pigments are, it really does affect the plates faster.
I don't know, this is looking more like, freshly caught.
Maybe the
Alaska salmon.
Sockeye.
I mean, it really is. It's amazing. It looks different than the salmon that you buy at the store.
Well, yeah.
Catch in the stream. Look at that wonderful grunginess on the edge, though.
And Tegan just said when her father was commercial fishing in Southeast Alaska, he caught a 50-pound salmon that was bright red at the head and white at the tail with all the shades in between. Ooh. Salmon color based on their food source. There you go. Kind of like flamingos.
Well, and when they start spawning, and the closer they get to their spawning grounds, they start getting really rough looking, and you don't even want to catch them and eat them because what they're doing is they're dying.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that I always felt okay about, catching salmon. And
right.
They have very strict limits on how many you can catch. So
yeah, and when and where.
You don't want to deplete your fish population. All right, now where are we here? Well, this is where we are.
Hey, Carrie had to learn when he was doing the when he was learning to be a cake decorator. In the first art class that they were given a blank color wheel, and they had to mix the paint to fill in the color wheel. So he was kind of that same.
And when you first start off, and I didn't have any art experience at all when I went for my art degree. We didn't even have art at my high school. So anything that we had was anything I knew was self-taught. And I remember I took this class, and he's Dr. Hasty. I'll never forget him. He was in a wheelchair. He had nerve damage from testing markers back in the 60s. Yeah. He lived in Minnesota. So he'd sit in his car and he'd go out and do stuff on site, and the fumes in the car. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he got a wonderful, and I just noticed I've got a loose leaf here. I stuck it in there, but obviously didn't glue it down. Got a loose leaf. So.
Wow.
And I had to take this class in order to get my education degree. And I just decided, instead of getting a master's in English, which is what I was working towards, I was just going to go ahead and get a BA in art and with teaching certification, because that's what I was working on. I didn't have a teaching certificate. I just had a straight degree. And anyway, he said, well, I'm going to recommend that you go ahead and major in art. He said, I kind of hesitate because what you're doing right now is really creative and fun, and they'll probably take that all out of you when you get in there. I mean, it was like, boom. First class I took, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is just so brutal. I mean, yeah. And I didn't even know what a color wheel was. I mean, I'd heard the word what a color wheel was, but did I know where the paints were on there? And it seems so. And this is where I learned this.
Yeah.
Because once you learn this, everything else just falls into place.
Yeah.
So, self-taught. Yeah, I'm going to glue this leaf down.
Sherry says add some colorful pencil work to the beetle or some iridescent paints to pop it out. Maybe around it a little. I think that might be kind of cool.
Well, I really did. And actually, he does have a little bit on there. You just don't see it.
Oh, you did put a little.
And the reason I stopped is because I kind of like that ghosty quality
to him. Well, and keep in mind that is embossing powder. So, like, it would take away. Now, if she went around him, if that's kind of what you're talking about, maybe a little shadow work in and around him ever so slightly, I think might not be a terrible thing. And then you could do that because then you can add the textured gesso around it and not lose the cool shininess of the bug.
Yeah,
because that's what would happen.
When I go over that bug with that textured gesso, it's going to take away that sheen.
And then it'll flatten him out even more.
It will. But you're right. And the other thing that I could do the similar thing that I did with Mariah's kitty. When I went over all with the pink.
Yes.
And it was transparent. So I wasn't getting into the area of blocking out that.
Yeah, that probably would be a quick way to do it.
It would. All right, I will take that under consideration.
Because he will resist, yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, he's just ghosty.
Yeah. So, she said, I didn't know he was embossed. I wanted some shiny blue-green added to him. So, yeah, that might work really well. So, if you use some of the color shift stuff and kind of push that in and around, it'll sit on top, which will do that.
It will, and it will not take away from.
Yeah, it'll just kind of add to.
Yeah.
That's a great suggestion, even with, yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about this one first because you can see, well, you can, but this is the one that I laid down the leaves, and then I pulled this print by going over it with my washout yellow. So I had spacing on wherever but one of them went. Isn't that great? Got some great stuff here.
I think 29 was the beetle. I plan on. Okay, so tomorrow is Mariah Makes Monday. Izzy will be, I think. I mean, it depends. She's 7, so As of right now, we plan on having a little session with Izzy tomorrow. She has requested. She has something that she wants to show y'all. And I think I will do either. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a whole flip through. of all of our cards, both sets, because somebody had asked, Wendy had asked about P's cards, and we really haven't done a, hey, here's day one, day two.
Yeah.
I need to get through these.
Oh, and this one needs to go in the pile because this is number 26.
Well, I don't know that 26.
It's not going to fit in the box.
It's not going to fit in the box. Even the new box.
Yeah. And you know, I don't know. When I started it, it was like, okay, is this what I want to do? And I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Even though it doesn't fit in the box.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to hand it off to you, Mariah, is because I'm going to have a whole bunch of stuff back here. And it'll get lost in the shuffle. All right. So, remember last time I did...
Yeah, she has done gel... Izzy has done gel printing.
Oh, yeah. She has.
They did her pre-K...
Valentine cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't like you to do that anymore because they want them all to look the same. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about education. I'm certainly worried about her art education. I mean, I would be if...
No, they don't want them to all be the same. They didn't want you writing names on them.
Oh.
See, this is the information she takes away, and then, you know, it goes in her brain. And...
Yeah. All right. So I've got this variation here. And then I've stamped on one side. You can see that. All right, so now I'm going to flip them over. I'm going to talk to you about what happened on this side. This is done. Well, I didn't do any on that because look how cool that looks. Actually, this one's, I didn't have any pointing on either side. All right.
Look at you. You kind of went it.
But look at this. Isn't this wonderful?
Well, how'd you do that one?
That's a really good question. It's a lot of different things. Yeah. You just had to be there. It's like
you know what, Carrie? I was just thinking that. I think what I'll do is she gets the orange kitty card as her number 26. You can write 26 on the orange kitty. Here, let me just give it to you.
Oh.
And then the beetle's just an extra special.
Okay. I think that's great. All right. Now, some of you have seen my pointing before, and you know what it's like. I kind of left this one a little bit not done, but look at this. Isn't this great? Look at the variety of green that you've got going on there. Now, I did this because I'm tired of stamping. I get that crap all over me. It gets under my nails. I don't like it. So what I decided is that if this side is like this,
yeah,
it's good enough. I don't have to stamp it.
I feel like that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And this one I think is just so unusual and cool. I don't think it needs stamping. But I did do a little bit. Isn't that one cool?
That's Sophia. These are both stamps by Sophia. Those
are
leafy tendrils.
And what about this one?
That is Carrie's. That's part of his leafy set.
Well, the reason I liked it is because I could fit it in areas where I didn't have, yeah. And I've got a little one down here. I don't know if you saw that one. But the way that you do this, and this is after you've done all your gel plating, and can you see I've got squiggly lines in here. I've got white. Yeah, this one's really, really super packed with different things. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and give you a little demo here. I'm not going to linger on this because we got people to see and places to go. Oh, this is a brand new one. I don't want to use that one. Use one of these I've already mucked up. Oh, that's a good one too. Ah, here we go. This is properly broken in. It's funny yesterday. Izzy loves peeling.
Bye, Miriam. Thanks for hanging.
Peeling off the paint on these little these little things. She says, oh, Gigi, that's going to be a good one. She said, could you just leave a little bump of a paint out there? It makes it a lot easier for me to get a hold of.
Yeah, she's now giving direction on.
She handed me this one back and she said, it's too thin. I can't pull it. So, yeah, here you can see the colors that I was using there. So we're doing two things here. We're making an interesting surface here. Now, the other thing I could do with this is just gel plate it.
You could. This puzzle. You know, we
Puzzle.
talk about often. That's puzzle.
And all you do is you just mix your paint over here, and then you just dab it on in certain places, and it doesn't even matter. Okay, I think I'm going to do that because I don't want to get out paint and be futzing with that.
Yeah,
we'll just get it in one fell swoop with a good old.
Yep. Moses, brace yourself. This is my favorite stencil.
All right. Well, here you can see this one. We'll just use this one because it's got a lot of mucky muck on it.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't think it's going to make any difference with what we're going to do here, but you know, you never know. All right. I think we need to get a little brown in here. I'm just looking at this.
And we will have new things coming out probably later this week. This coming week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Some of this will go with, some of the new things will definitely be perfect for your green pouch business.
All right, now I'm coming in and I'm going to access my washouts, which I've used with airbrush medium, this green gold.
No, I haven't seen Eddie this morning. I don't know if anybody wants to holler at him. He might be busy.
He's probably working on his house business.
Maybe.
Okay, I think I can do that. All right. So the big thing is, and you can see that other stuff that's kind of underneath this.
But the nice thing is this fluid washout business is pretty good at getting some of that stuff up.
Well, I don't know I'm going to leave it on there long enough, Mariah. I know what you're saying. And it's not separating out, which I really wanted it to do.
Well, you must have put that other, you know, the slow crazing business in it. I'll do it.
That's just water. I don't know that it's going to make it.
Yeah, see, it's spreading it out.
Is it?
A little bit down there at the bottom. And Darcy's at a family event. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, 'cause she's with her gram.
All right, I could sit here and wait for that to, you know, sell your right. Sell you our lies. But I'm not going to.
No.
Because I'm just not finding it all that entertainment.
We haven't, but you know, we're always very we like the US Art Supply brand of things. So I would say well worth trying. And Rhonda says that leaf print is so jungle, very jungle.
Now look at that. Look what it did.
It looks like marbling. You know?
Cool. Okay, I love that. That took away a lot of that.
The busyness of it.
Yeah, it is sort of, and I'm going to take one of these other ones.
Okay.
This one. And grab up the rest of the stuff out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that made a ton of difference, but it did make some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love that.
She's oogling that one.
That just, yeah, made my day.
She's gonna look at it again. I like it.
Isn't it wonderful?
Poor Eddie. He couldn't be.
Where did he show up?
He's on his way.
He's on his way?
Yes.
Did he go to the store?
Maybe. Carrie says Eddie's recovering from a wild night in the Nert.
Oh, very possibly.
I like the thought of that. That humors me.
Bacchanal. All right. Now, I am going to spare you the horrible experience of cutting these out.
Yeah, that was good, Mo. That was good.
Because I have a whole bunch of leaves already cut out here.
We need to get a little kind of thing, you know, when Eddie arrives.
Oh, yes.
Fanfare.
Yes.
Nerd rave.
God Save the Queen and our King, all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so while I was watching Murder and Mayhem last night, now these are not very interesting on the back side.
Yeah, but if you're gluing them down, I mean, how interesting
I know.
do they have to
and
be?
that's one of the reasons that I kind of, went with this.
Yeah.
Instead of, okay, these are all big leaves. And the reason I did that is because I have a lot of little leaves. And look at those cute little boogers. I'll probably want a whole bunch more of those, and I'll have to make more papers.
Oh, goes. There he is. Oh. That is less fun than a rape.
Look at that.
Look at all those leaves. I love it.
Look at all those leaves.
Good God, you've been busy.
I have been, and this is an activity that really, a lot of times, I don't put my headphones on. I just read, the captions because I'm watching foreign films. But what's really good about this is I'm listening with my headphones on, so I know when they start talking, I need to read. But otherwise, I can just listen to all of the background stuff and cut out leaves.
This is why I like podcasts. You really need to get into more podcasts, I think.
I do.
You can just listen and you don't have to worry about the visual.
True that.
I'll send you some recommendations.
All right. Now, at some point here, I might have to have Mariah cut out some leaves for me, but I don't know that yet. We're going to get started on it. And I do have a whole bunch more papers that I can ostensibly use, and I do want to get some of those out because we're going to glue down some of those today. The tissue paper ones.
And those of you that have come in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. The king is here. The queen of the nerd are also here. Got Queen P. All, royal court has, checked in. Make sure you give a hello there. Pinky hello hands or yellow hello. We like those both. But give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Ring those bells. Do all that YouTube business down there at the bottom. There's like bells and things. And you just say subscribe.
Yeah. And remember when I was trying to measure and cut, I really shouldn't even try to do that.
You should.
I was trying to impress y'all with my...
Y'all remember that?
Remember that? And then I remembered it wasn't the same on both sides, and it's obviously not, Okay, that does sort of work there.
Yeah.
I guess I could go with that. Oh, and I have a... Boy, it's married up with this dude. Have a skin.
Yeah, you do.
Which I might use in the, look at that. Isn't that great?
Yeah. That's paint skin off of the...
Yeah.
Fire.
Okay, well, this sort of goes like this. Yeah, I think I can do that. And the reason I want...
Jennifer McGinnis, she's good. She says, yes, 8 months ago, I do remember that. Good,
well, it's good you all have lengthy memories.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It may have been about 8 weeks. It's not 8 months. That's
okay. I have to. The leaf population is interfering with my gluing down process here.
You need some leaf containment.
Well, I had them in a little thing. I just wanted to impress you with my...
You wanted to kind of throw them up.
Oh. I wanted to, it was a...
Welcome, Michelle.
A visual.
Down there? It might here in a minute. I don't know. I think it takes a second.
All right. Now, I think this is going to work the same way as, remember, I kind of did that fluffy background on the bug on the side where I tore the paper off. And the reason is because if your leaves get off a little bit and something shows through. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's really funny about this, I don't know, can you see the the texture?
Yeah.
Well, it sort of went away when I started doing all that mucky muck stuff. And the same thing on this one. But I don't know, maybe it'll come back in.
It could.
I don't know. I do not know. All right, we're going to use the heavy duty stuff here. And I'm going to have to start with a new brush because, Mariah, have you? Well, I can just use this one because I don't really need.
Well, look, we haven't been on YouTube that long. I don't know how we could, put it into the 8. Archipenko. He's coming up on probably 2 years.
I don't know.
Maybe 3rd. This would probably be the 3rd year. Maybe. God, has it been that long? I need to look.
I don't know.
Yeah. We do need to do something with Archie, though.
Yeah, I look at Archie every now and then.
Or maybe she's going to wait him out for 8 years. And then that way we really can use that whole.
8 months later?
8 years. Yeah, no, 8 months has passed.
Oh.
Our Archie's way past 8 months. That's for sure.
I don't know if that's true.
It is. That much I know. He's well over a year.
I really like this side better.
Well, then you
work.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why not.
Yeah, I mean you
kind of lost the texture anyway.
And I think
you can feel it.
Yeah, it'll still be there. Paula is trying your mix for the salmon, and it looks like a pig's bum.
Looks like what?
Pig's bum. I don't know what a pig bum looked like.
Yeah,
was it the pink pig? Was he rolling? I need to know more information about this, Paula.
Yeah, it's like burnt.
What does this little pig bum look like? Izzy says that she wants. I tell you, this kid, I will be. She could be one of those people that like has a farm. Like she wants to have all kinds of animals. She loves the bunnies.
Okay, that's looking good.
And she wants them. And I was like, well, our location needs to change. And I'm really not into. I like animals, but I don't want to take care of them. That's a lot of work.
Honestly,
like it's day, night, and then they get sick, and you gotta.
Oh.
And I get very attached, and then it's heartbreaking.
Sometimes you just got to go with the way it tears.
Yeah. Peppa Pig.
Oh.
Very pink. Very pinky piggy.
Hey, Izzy would know that color. I've watched that with her. I think it's funny.
Oh, goodness, Eddie.
All right, so I'm just going to start doing some strippers here over the areas that are really, like ugly. Yeah.
And then once you have this next layer down, what's sort of the...
Well, then I'm going to start leafing.
Okay.
These are just pieces. I'm not sure. I think they were mop-up pieces. I talked to Susan. And, he said, we were talking about the, she thinks it's funny that I say, okay, Susan, I'm going to throw this away. She says, what does that mean? I said, well, it means that when Xandra and I pulled your throwaways out of the trash,
mm-hmm.
and I thought she was aware of it.
Oh.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
But she wasn't.
Yeah. So Ricky would like to know, is there a full-length photo on Makers? No. But remember, and I don't know, it has been a little while, but she's made a few different pouches. Basically, they are upcycled Amazon, like the brown craft ones that you get from Amazon. So really, that's kind of the template. But if you go back and watch some of those early pouch making videos, she shows you how to do the different flaps. That's kind of the main thing that really is different between them, is the flap.
Yeah. And it's kind of nice because whatever this was, I'll tell you, sometimes the stuff just doesn't tear.
Right.
Like it's supposed to tear. This has got some texture on it, but I'm going to use the back side.
Yeah. Now you need to talk about some things while you're doing this, because this is not riveting.
Well, you need to be reading me whatever they're doing over there.
Okay. Paula made truffle barbecue sauce last night.
Yum.
That sounds pretty decadent.
Okay, I think I've got enough for one more.
Oh, that's nice. Christy Hartman has a cottontail bunny living in her yard. She throws out carrots for him. Oh, Mo is thinking, how cool would the green pouch be if it ended up being a green man? You know, like the...
oh.
It's not from... Is that...
Well, I don't know if I'm up to that skill-wise.
Is that Greek mythology?
No, I think that's forest mythology. Oh, I'm not being facetious.
Right,
I'm being serious. I think it comes from like...
It's kind of Midsummer Nights kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. It's like English.
Folklore. There we go. That's where my brain is trying to go. Oh. Celtic. There.
Celtic.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Lynn. So, Celtic and Druid myth. Yes, I like that. So does she.
I'm just kind of trying to use up the scraps that I've got here. And
I'm going to make some new shirts. I do want to do the be prepared to alter your plan. I need to... Am I attributing that to the fortune cookie?
yes, Chinese fortune cookie. It just cracks me up anyway.
As stated on a fortune cookie, or as, you know, provided by, such wisdom provided by fortune cookie.
Again, I think it's just kind of breaking this up back here and utilizing, and you realize once you glue on this side, then you kind of like screwed because you can't do the other side.
Right.
So we're just going to have to either continue working on this side, which I think that's what we're going to do. I'm having a little trouble getting that booger to stick down.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can turn this around here without, you know, causing a whole riff whatever here.
Don't cause any riffs.
Okay, so now I need some of the... And here's the thing. See this side? We're just going to have to call it. We're going to have to do something else.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's my thinking. Now, y'all just follow this. Because I think I can... Sometimes when I do think about stuff a little bit ahead...
Charmaine! Welcome.
Then I do save myself the grief and anguish of having to deal with a muck-up then. All right, so this side needs a little bit more interesting stuff done to it also. But if I put that down right now, it's going to be... This is really still very sticky.
Yeah.
That's the only problem with
Hi, Lori.
Using this.
Oh, okay.
Medium.
I like that, Carrie.
Oh, crap.
Sugar biscuits.
I just grabbed the white paint.
That was not the thing that you wanted.
That was not what I wanted. No. They're in similar jars next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
This is...
Welcome back, Charmaine.
But, you know, it's good because we still got white out there.
I don't know why the little alert thing isn't popping up. It's supposed to.
The what?
Our little fancy alert thing. I saw it earlier in the stream, and then it's like it,
Okay, well, I think I've got most areas glued down good here. And I probably could have done this, but Mariah, she said, don't do it.
Y'all like to see these things.
I know that you like to see them, but sometimes I'm like, okay. Well,
yeah, I'm bored with it now.
I'm done with that. Yeah. But that's okay. I think what we're going to do here, Mariah, did you make me? I had requested.
You did request some things, and no, I don't believe that.
Stencils.
That happened. No, that did not.
Well, then I guess we won't be doing that.
But we have new things coming out, which I think might be more, might be a fun way for you to.
This is dangerous.
It's pokey.
It's pokey. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. It's texture paste.
Texture paste. Looks really great, but you probably are better off using the backside of it. And in this case, I think it's more interesting.
No pattern for the pouch. As I said, they all started out as the Amazon brown craft.
Yeah.
Things.
These things.
And then if let's see here. Hold on one second.
Don't we have a dadgum video?
We do have a dadgum video. Let me go find that. And see what's gonna happen is I'm gonna look for it, and then Mo's gonna find it before I do. She's better at it.
Yeah, I've used up all of my pouches here.
Oh, pouches! How to start?
Yeah,
I mean, I have a video with the name and everything. I mean, how
brilliant was that? You weren't getting all cutesy.
I know, it's like we're content creators with a mind for the future. 1 second, I'll put it in there. Oh, dang it! See, Mo found it. Mo already had it in there. But I was pretty excited about that. And then there's about, a whole,
Well, and then I show you how to do the disc.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. Okay, and this will give me time to go ahead and cut out more leaves and figure out a way of storing them so that I can access the color of leaf that I need. But I think I've got leaves covered here. I'm just guessing, but I'm pretty sure.
She wanted more sprouts. The suspicious sprouts.
I wanted more suspicious sprouts because that's what I was going to do. I was going to gel plate those and make that into the background.
I want you to wait on that.
Oh. Because
we have some designs coming out that I think will be fun and perfect for this. We really did. I would love to say that we plan these things. The universe is just taking care of us because they know that we're a hot mess. And it just turned out
that I just made a nice little envelope for that little
thing.
Hummer. We'll put, whoops.
Can the heat tool be used to dry the matte medium? Yes, but just with anything, by utilizing a heat gun or a hair dryer or any kind of, pushing the drying process, sometimes has unintentional results or can crack, sometimes that's when you get some cracking because it dries too quickly. So, I mean, obviously, one of the better things to do is just let things dry at a regular rate. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
There you go. And Paula says, hey, guys, the size of your envelope determines the girth of your pouch. Variety is the spice of pouches. She ain't wrong. And this one little hair, I mean, it just, I gotta do something about that.
I'm pulling this really fun print here.
Oh, this was a fun. Paula would like that on a shirt.
And it might be kind of fun to use something like this on the inside of the flap.
I think that,
just to kind of add a little.
Mm-hmm.
When you open it up, you're surprised.
Right.
I'm still repeating colors here. Now, the other thing, and this was Mariah's idea. Dang it, I was going to do those. Well, I can still do that. To use our flowers and put big, bright pink flowers in with the leaves.
Oh, yes. That was my idea.
That was Mariah's idea.
So therefore, I like it very much.
Of course.
I am on board with this.
She's on board with it.
Kathy. And those of you that have signed up for Powsie Wowsie, sometimes you do have to, go out of the stream, come back in for then the thing to recognize that you have the little doop-de-doo, but it looks like Leggy is good to go. I'm sure Charmaine's name was.
Okay, so.
But sometimes I do think you have to refresh for it to actually populate with, nope, you're good. Thank you, Leggy. Doing good. Love it.
All right, so what I'm going to do here is I am going to start the flower making process because I think I think it warrants
some crackle.
I'm going to do it in gold and then put a clear, transparent pink over the top of it so that my petals are not only colored, but they're metallicized. But now when you do that, you realize, of course, gold, it's going to, and I want it to be a very fine crackle, so I'm doing a lot of, crinkling up, and I'm going to take it out and look at it and make sure that it's got crinkle everywhere that I need for it to have crinkle. I worked at this whole business a lot. It might look like it's just really, what are you talking about? Of course, you just crinkle up. Hey, there's crinkle and there's crinkle. And different things crinkle at different rates.
Yeah.
And you always want to make sure that you've got it clear out to the edge because you never know.
Yeah. Crinkle to the ends.
Crinkle to the edges.
You gotta crinkle your wrinkle. Paul says. Or is it wrinkle your crinkle?
Well, I'm re-wrinkling. How about that? We're re-wrinkling the crinkle.
You gotta come back and make sure that you really wrinkled your crinkle.
You've really addressed it. Not just, willy-nilly didn't. Oh, that's good enough. No, it's not. You've got to be very precise on your crinkling. All right, that's looking pretty good. See, down there, I don't have that. Kind of needs a bit of a knotting up.
That's a bit particular. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
They may have changed it, y'all. But I do appreciate that because I'm going to take a look at it later on, and then we might need to change the verbiage on our little, thing that says, "Hey, this is how you do it," because obviously that ain't how you do it anymore. Yeah.
Okay. Now, on this one, I'm going for a little more oomph. And you need to have your paper crinkled and ready to go because remember this.
Don't be messing around. Yeah, you don't want to mess around because
it will be drying from this end by the time I get to this end. Don't be afraid to use a little paint.
You want more on this because you're going to lift a lot of it out. So if you go real light, it's not going to have the same oomphiness. Boy, that was on the plate so long, it kind of embedded that last print. You see the circles in there?
Oh, yeah. I do.
And different papers will crinkle or crackle in different ways.
And this is where your I don't use the Baron. I use a paper towel because I don't want it to, I don't want to flatten it totally. I just want to get it enough that it's going to.
I know. That's why we have our own glossary, Sophia. See this, I'm always here for the official arting terminologies. Oomph and crinkle, wrinklage. Nods wisely.
Well, you know, I could just sit here and say that all doesn't matter, but it does. It does matter.
Hey, she's a professional wrinkler.
And I'm telling you what, this takes a little bit of, I've been doing this crinkling for some time. And here's what's lovely about crinkling gives to you twice.
You got the crinkle crackle paper.
You've got this crinkle crackle paper, which is absolutely wonderful.
Can be sprayed, can be reused.
And then you've got this.
There's the crinkle crackle.
We're going to pick this up as soon as it dries. I can't believe this is not dry. It will dry in a very short time. By the time I'm finished talking here, it'll probably be dry. You know, it never dries when you want it to. I don't know what. We have humidity today?
I don't know. I haven't been outside. It hasn't rained.
Well, anywho. Okay, so we've got this down here, and we're going to go over this with a wonderful pink. And what I really want to do is maybe kind of mix up some, that's what we can do while this is drying. We can mix up a really wonderful pink. Because bringing in the
stencil butters.
Stencil butter. Stencil butter does not have to remain stencil butter. Okay. Now I've already got seashell added to this. So we're going to take some of this and we're going to mix some of this with a transparent paint.
Hey, this was a bonus that I figured out that the stencil butters fit into these containers. These just little storage idea for y'all.
Hey, it is. And
I love those because they have handles.
I like that they're on their side because I can see the colors immediately and pull it out. Okay, so we've got this stuff already mixed up here.
I've decided we are like container gardening, we're container artists. It's really like having these different, that has been the most, I think, here lately, greatest addition to things.
Now, I don't know, Indian yellow, I really want something totally transparent here.
Oh, yes, Sophia, thank you. Some tips and tricks. She says, FYI, people, do not attempt to do that. Let me flip it over, look at the plate underside thing that P does without it being on a suitable perspex, which is plexiglass, acrylic, and the thicker, the bigger your plate, the thicker that plexiglass needs to be because it needs to be substantial enough to hold the weight of the plate. That's really what she's saying because it could, and if it's not attached to that, it can go very wrong. You'll have.
Oh, yeah, it can. Thank you for saying that. I just assume everybody would know that.
Now that
All right, so we have a totally transparent yellow iron oxide. It says that right there, but it also shows you that in there.
Sophia says she may or may not have done that the other day. And so, she's just passing on good information.
She is passing on. The reason you can do this with the butter and a transparent color and still have your shine and shimmer is because the color is transparent. If I were to use an opaque,
totally obliterates the shine and
totally
shimmeriness.
Obliterate what's going on here. Okay. We should have dry paint by this time. Oops, wrong one.
So Paula said, funny little ditty that her mom, 80, has just come back from her old lady coach tour and hotel stay. Her best comment, OMG, those old crinklies are such boring old farts. I need another holiday gang. Twitter.
Well, you know, that's what Carmichael used to say.
Yeah.
We tried to send him to the
Senior Citizen Center.
Instead of going to Dairy Queen and
gossiping
or
with
the bank.
other.
Okay. You know, isn't it always the way it goes?
Mm-hmm.
First your money, then your clothes. That's playing poker.
Yes, Rick. One second.
It's not dry.
Okay, 1 second. So yes, those containers, I believe, are in our Amazon shop under the organization. I'm pretty sure I have them in there under that.
I love them for my stamps because I can get two layers. And what it does is it allows me to put similar ones together. Yeah. Okay, well, we're just going to have to wait for this to dry, y'all. I don't know what the deal is here. But you know what we can do? Gosh, you know, sometimes I absolutely have moments of brilliance.
Well, I don't have them in there, but
moments of brilliance. They're sometimes far and few between, but here we go. This is a brilliant moment. We're putting this down, and then we're going to pull it up with my piece that I've already... Boy, this isn't as transparent as I thought it would be. But I guess it is. We're seeing the mucky muck in between there. Now, I don't know if this is truly a salmon.
Right.
But, you know, it's kind of in that.
Yeah, I think it's in the ballpark.
It's in the ballpark.
What are those? Those are like paper storage, I think is what they call them.
And remember, this is what we're going to stamp with our flowers. Mariah says she wants me to wait.
Okay, they have been added to the storage of the of our Amazon shop. I don't know why I didn't have them in there as that, but yes, there you go. Yep.
Well, I obliterated my gold, but I don't know. Maybe not. All right, let's see if we can get this booger up.
I don't know. Let me play with that for just a second. I'll answer that here in just a second. Yes, they will go in both ways. See, she has some, she's willy-nilly. So, yeah, they go in both ways. So if you wanted to stack them and then that way they would still be, well, here, let me just do it. So that way y'all see. I think this is what mine
now,
was
see,
at.
this is cool looking too. This could be for a lighter addition of your salmon color. We've got a little bit left on the plate here, and what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can pull this with one of the golds. Let's see. Let's try copper just for chuckles and grins. If they've been on the shelf for a while, do give them a bit of a
shaky whack,
a rough shake, because they will have separated out. Just trying to get it a little bit smooth.
There you go. Here, did you see that? Look.
Oh.
See, so if you did want them sitting upright. The thing is that like with the stencil butters, like they don't really shift. I noticed that at least. Oh, yes, but or the other way. Yes, you can put them in there both ways. So if you were laying them flat, I'll do that too. Hold on. So y'all can see. Oh, whoops. A little flame popped out there.
Okay, this could be interesting if it were stamped with something really dark. It's still kind of in that pink, pinkish range. I'll bring these back in just a minute when they get dry. Okay, I'm really loving this. I think we should do another. I think we should do a crinkle. Uh-oh.
Crinkle.
Want to make sure that your little trinkets aren't getting down
In the
soup.
Mm-hmm. Like that. So, very versatile. And then you could so if you wanted to, just look at the bottom and see them, you could see all the colors, but still store them flat like that. Or on the side.
Yeah. I just put them on the side because I like to roll them around. There's really no other excuse. I just like to roll them around.
I like to give it a little shake every once in a while.
Give it a little shake. Let's do a little quinacridone. We're just doing this so that my paint back behind me dries. There's no rhyme nor reason to the... That's really pretty, don't you think?
Yeah. I'm reading back some of the chat. That's pretty entertaining.
Okay, I just gave this a bit of a crinkle. I'm just going to try to come in and pick up pieces and parts. Not. Hey, that looks kind of interesting.
What? That's cool.
Interesting. I'm just taking that and trying to get that off of there. Because that's where the buildup occurs and you have whoopsies.
This is like kind of murdery crinkle.
Okay, we're going to let that dry. Pull that with some gold. Well, let's check old gold and see if it's dry.
Not really. Good. What's up today? It must be humid because normally that stuff is like by the time she lifted it up, it would be dry. That's very interesting.
It's just
been running your humidifier up here or something?
No, I have not. You could turn on that ceiling fan and get us some,
but I will for you.
Air going here. I mean, just saying.
PC just came on. That should be enough air for
you. You can see where it's really, really shiny. That is where it is still wet.
Dexter crinkles. Yes. Sophia says, well, so Paula says Dexter crinkles. You remember the show Dexter? You like?
Oh, I love Dexter.
Yeah, that's tell you where her head's at. And then Sophia says, murdery crinkle when you drop your jacket in a puddle at the crime scene. Hashtag instant regret. Bad criminaling.
Oh, that's too funny. All right.
Are you just going to do it? Or are you just going to poke at it?
Well, the problem is I want the definition of that crinkle. I don't want to spread it. So, no, I'm not going to do it, even though I would really like to.
Well, you got 30 minutes.
We've got 30 minutes. I don't know. What can we do?
Ooh, I know what you could do. You could do your postcards. You could go through them.
I could do what?
You could go through your postcards. Show your postcards.
Oh, all right.
And then that way I can tell Wendy, hey, come on over. Last part of the... Oh, and here you can write 26 on this somehow. Or do you want me to do it?
Well, I'm not totally done with that.
Well, why don't you work on this then?
Okay, because can you hand me the fluffy stuff?
Which fluffy stuff?
The string.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
The kitty fluff?
The kitty fluff.
I just got such a chuckle out that the other day. Don't put it on its head. It either has to be in a ball down around him. And y'all are going to just... Your minds are going to be just blown by these new kitty stamps that are going to be coming out.
Oh, surely. I am not just whistling freaking Dixie here. Look at that ball.
Mm-hmm. I don't like it floating up there. It needs to be down there. Yes.
Well, I know, but then you can't see it. It sort of disappears.
Do something on the card to make it show up. I mean, these are options.
Options, she said.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh no. I'm glad Becky's here because I'm waiting for her comments about the tear stuff that's happening.
Looking at which side of this is more messy. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do here.
Yes. Kitty stamps. More kitty stamps.
To separate the kitty from his background. Her background.
Oh, bye, Sophia. Thanks for hanging.
Because I think she's definitely a girl.
Oh, yeah.
I don't really have any, like,
What are you talking about?
But I probably don't want to do that anyway. All right, I got an idea here.
Okay, well, share with us.
I will.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm going to put some of this on the kitty.
Kitty. Okay.
Are you down with that?
Yeah.
To separate the kitty from his background.
Sure.
And then we'll deal with the rest of it. However.
Becky says, I need the kitty stamps. Sight unseen. I need them.
Oh.
They are fabulous.
They are. Okay, that's a little heavy.
And it was a special request kind of thing. Because P said, we need more kitties. I need more variety of kitty. And
yeah.
And then she brought me the silhouette thing from the ATCs from Rhonda. And she says, I like this cat. It needs a face. And then she showed me the other face thing. You showed it the other day, but one of the face things from Paula's, I'm pretty sure it's the Milagro.
It is.
Yeah. So she's like, I really like this face. And I said, well, that face is from Paula's thing. And I don't think it quite fits. But let me talk to Rhonda to see if she's into adding faces to her kitty. And she did. And in true Rhonda style, went above and beyond.
Oh my goodness.
It
no
was
kidding.
really like, I was kind of like, my expectations were like, 10 dials down. Because I thought, it doesn't have to be crazy. It's awesome. Sorry, I'm hyping it up. Because we were both like pretty darn excited. And then I asked Brad, I was like, hey, can you do the kitty stamps? So we'd really like to do some more kitty stuff. And he says, maybe tomorrow. So she'll see. That's working out perfectly. Perfectly.
Giving a little, nod to the background. I'm changing this up over here, and I'm going to blend it out enough that you're not even going to know that I really actually, did anything there.
Right.
Take that corner a little. And look, all I did was dip my brush into the...
Yeah, dip it.
Into the cap of the...
A little dip will do ya.
A little dip will do ya. And I'm going to do the same thing with this stuff.
Mm-hmm. And this stuff here is the Shuttle Arts, right? Is that the Shuttle Art one?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. Color change, yes. Shuttle Art color change. They come in a set, I think 16. They might have bigger sets too.
I've got to get it liquid enough that I can
And the one thing that's nice about, so when she does a technique like this, if you get too much on the stencil butter, or even when you do the embossing, the heat embossed areas, you can kind of come over if you come in quickly enough and wipe it away. Are you going to do that? I don't know if she's hearing you.
Well, I'm trying to get this on the background here first, and then I'm
maybe going to do that.
But now remember, your stencil butter is pink also. So you're kind of getting a double whammy here.
Yeah.
Pink. Whereas this over here is white. That's the white.
Yeah.
Early white. I think that's kind of nice.
I do too. This is kind of one of those things where you should probably step away from it before
probably should step away from it. I like that. Now, here's what I want to ask. I really love this, but do you have it in hot pink?
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Gosh,
look
that
at my
would be
cabinet.
That would be just splendiferous.
Look, I have some that's kind of different colors.
No, I don't think I want that. I like it solid, because I've already got a variegated background here.
Pink.
Oh, I don't know. That's really hairy.
Very fussy.
Yeah, it's very fuzzy.
Here, but you want to hold
Now,
it?
I could just take and put that, but I'm not going to do that. That's going to be something Mariah's going to do.
Oh, you want to outline that card?
Outline it.
I can do that. She doesn't want to
Look
do
at
it because
this.
she doesn't have the patience.
It was on sale for $5.
That's still a little pricey.
Actually, it was less than that because it was in a bin.
I don't know if that's zingy enough.
Oh, and here's $4, and I think it was half of that. I think that's too much.
Is that too red?
I do like the, or I don't know. Let me have that. Let me see. Well, oh, this is that eyelash stuff.
Oh, bling bling. But it picks up the part of the face.
So if you were going around the edge with this, I think it would be lovely.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too. I don't think this has enough punch.
No.
And it's a bit tangled and whatnot in certain spots.
It doesn't have the dingle dangle of it.
Been in the bin too long.
No, I think that's just the way it is.
At the store.
Oh, at the store, maybe. But it feels lovely.
I mean, even if you were to take and make some loopy loops and make it slightly inside, Mariah, see that?
Okay.
Look at that.
I can probably do some of that. There's this lady.
And we'll worry about the number once we.
Have y'all ever seen the lamp making chick? She's super cute, but she remakes. She usually is like she takes old cool lampshades that have like a wire framing and remakes them, or she does restoration on them. She dyes the fabrics and everything. I mean, the whole process to me is just like. I love this dangly fringe thing.
I can add fringe, but that whole doing a lampshade. Oh my goodness! Let me tell you what.
That's an art form. Yes,
it is an art form. All right, I think that's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
We've made that decision on that one. Put my back on the hoop-de-doo there. Oh my gosh! Look at my brayer.
Okay, and then you could go through cards while I'm doing this over here.
Oh, I could.
So I ended up buying a bigger box, but it turned out that I didn't really need the bigger box. I mean, these things are in here. And keep in mind that the first 4 days, there are 3 cards per day because Izzy did cards, even though they weren't technically gel printed. But
okay, this is number 1.
Yeah.
I'll just lay them out here, and I'm going to put them back in as soon as I'm done. Is this going to be good here? Put this over here.
There, I like that. And then there you go.
Okay, this is Izzy's. This is Mariah's. And this is mine.
Where's my glue?
Cute. Okay, day 2.
You know, Carla, I haven't seen one in a while, but it's just for whatever reason, this whole eyelash, you know, lacy or this stuff made me think of her.
Look at that. See, this bug, is it going to be a stamp?
That is in the works.
Yeah. Because that bug needs to be a stamp. That is so cool.
And then, Fran actually, she showed me some new stuff. So we might have some new Fran stuff coming up. But that'll be next month. Because we're doing the bugs this month.
This is day 3. Look at that, Izzy. She's got her down. Oh, I don't know what I'm chuckling about that for. Okay, this goes like this. So it's not working here, but I think we can make it work. Gel prints, stamp offs, collage. I mean, yeah, that's got a lot of stuff going on there. And actually, it's got a little colored pencil work, too.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah's banner. Make sure. Boy, these are pretty tight, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. And then remember this one doesn't have a number on it because you just have to count 4.
Yeah.
This is actual stencil. Glued down. This is 5. Oh, I remember this, but I'd forgotten about it.
And you may want to hold them up into the technology.
Especially this little Hummer here.
Okay, you need to go.
Okay, this is Flippy Floppy.
There you go.
And then this is this with the wah?
Yes, that's the chunky stuff.
And then this is the paint stuff that you squeeze out, dimensional paint, which I was kind of disappointed. I thought it went flat.
Slick paint. No, it really didn't. It's just been flattened because I've like put it with things and sort of squished it down.
Well, there you go. Now, this one is this piece here was just a piece that I tore out. Some stamped leaves and stamped flowers, and then pencil work. That little viney, liney stuff, that's pencil work. And there's the 5 in the stamp down there. Hey, 6. I don't know if I love this one or not. It's funny because it says a little dirt never hurt. And the 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6. Anyhow, this one's a lot brighter and whatever. If you solve a problem for yourself, it's likely that others will want to use your solution.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yep. Number 7. Oh, yeah. Look at that. There's the catfish and the shark. So, yeah, okay, 2 7s. They're both kind of oceanic themed.
Yeah, well, it just so happened that, like, because the Shark Week thing started on the 7th. So that's why
then we have a little catfish.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a 7 down here and a stamp. Well, with lots of other stuff going on there.
Oh, yeah, the Venus flytrap, so cool. I think Sharon sent you that.
I think she did too.
Sharon?
I've had it a while. All right, so yeah, it goes like that. Number 8 Mariah's got some nice little fluffy stuff going on.
And that's
here.
like a shaker because the stamps are just floating in there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that? It's under the netting. And the butterfly was thanks to Izzy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got a bit of paint and a bit of stuff on top of it. I really like this one. It's very, yeah. And then this one, this is done on the medical paper, the rollout. These are pieces of paper from one of my swaps with.
I think it was Wendy. And I think that might have been maybe why she was asking a little bit, because she's like, she knew that.
I love these things. I've saved, I still have some.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you did it, because, it's just like sometimes the simplest thing is exactly what you need.
Yeah, like a paint tube top or, the toilet paper or the, whatever.
Oh, here we are. Choke me out.
Okay, bring it down towards you. There you go.
An on-the-spot watercolor, which I don't think is too bad. I mean, I could work on that and make it look a lot better, but I don't know that it needs to be. And here, the choke me out, for those of you that don't know that's what we used to say. Oh, that cracks me up. And Izzy thought, so she couldn't remember cracks me up. She would say, choke me out.
Choke me out.
When she's talking about something being funny. Oh, that chokes me out. She doesn't say that anymore. And she's ever slightly so embarrassed by it. All right. Wow. This almost looks like something I would do.
What?
These flowers. Thought for a minute it was mine.
It is almost, isn't it? Yeah, but I really do that. But yeah.
Yeah. But now this one, it has lots of layers on it. Number 10. With some red pears down there.
Yeah.
And some glued down flowers and some glued down. I actually just glued mine down. I didn't mess around with it like Mariah does. She wants hers to feel fluffy, and I don't care.
Texture's important.
Good heavens. How many in this one? Oh, I guess I was getting 2 of them. Did I do 11?
I don't know.
I think I went right by 11.
Mo said the artichoke stream was hilarious. Okay, you've got towards you. There you go. I know you feel like the camera's over more towards me, but it really isn't.
All righty. Boy, this was.
Those were both a little. Well, you didn't struggle too much with yours.
I just whipped some stuff on mine.
I struggled with that one.
And I love the paint drops just came out perfect. I mean,
yeah,
I couldn't see them when they were wet, so I was like really dissing on them.
Yeah.
But once they dried and they showed up, I thought it was wonderful. This is with Fran's tomatoes. And this is the edge of the same print where it just, you can tell it had a lot of paint on it. And you can tell I really like this one because I signed it. And then number 11 down there. Okay, 11. Wow. And again here, Wendy, those same little spots.
We used them on. Yeah.
Hashtag business there. Hashtag number 12. And Mariah, she got really fancy with her. She's got super.
Yeah. Like that's straight up
glittery. Yeah. That's 3-dimensional, y'all.
It's got some weight because those are like little jeweled things.
They are jewels. They are. They are.
This is a very interactive card at this point.
That's a very interactive
Would you
card.
like me to write number 26 on here?
No. I want to write it myself because I don't think you'll do it like I want you to.
Do you want my pink acrylic pen?
Maybe. All right. Now, I mean, I worked on this one for a long time. And remember, this is
yes,
a rabbit over a rabbit. A rabbit over a rabbit.
We both did rabbit. You got mine upside down. There you go.
I know. You have to look at hers closely because at first you think it's a donkey. It's not. It's a rabbit.
Yeah. It's a hare.
And it has a frame around it, and that frame was sent to us by Sharon.
Yes.
And this is a piece of stencil that I cut out when I was redoing my thing. And look at that cute little fluffy stuff up there on that little tab.
I was very proud of you on that.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Number...
I know. My best friend once, she would like that card, but I don't know that I can give it up. Because it really needs to stay with the collection.
It does. Oh, and here we have another. Look at this. This is Mariah's version of the bunny. Of the hare.
Yeah.
That is
Hi, Christy. Thanks for hanging.
What happened to his tail?
Well, it got sort of smushed down. It isn't as fluffy as it once was. But, you know, aren't we?
Oh, it's... Yeah.
It got glued down.
I think that you should just...
refluff him.
You should either refluff it or you just need to paste a flower on his bum. This one has lots of layers. I'll just leave it at that.
The bunnies will multiply. That's true. And hello, Devin.
His bum needs fluffing. Okay, 15. And look at that Mariah. I mean, this is really simple for her.
Kinda. But the print was really good. And I pieced that print together. So it wasn't like I didn't, do it. And that's a little piece of fabric.
A nice texture there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this does have some different things. This is from a magazine.
Yeah. And then you worked on that flower a lot.
And I worked on the flower a lot. And then this is a piece over the top of the flower from the same stamping. Just to show you,
Yeah. Hi, and this box, I think, if you're talking about like where to store your things, if you want something in between the time or whatever, but just these 4x6 index cards, because obviously 4x6, the index card holder thing, you will want extra. If you do want the little tabs, you will want to order another set because it comes with 25, and you need 31.
Okay, there's the 16 down there.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the 16 here.
Hold those up into the technology and give them a wiggle because both of those require kind of closer up. See? Yes.
Hope I'm not getting these messed up.
Sharon says that they made a postcard notch book on her channel. So if you want to turn your postcards into a notch book. So is it like on those ring things? Is that what the notch book?
I was very happy that Mariah did not cover up this down here because
that's some of her tape stuff that she really
that's one
likes.
of the tape things. And then this one over here actually is the
well, you did text.
I did.
What did you do? Oh, and was it impasto and then we put
I think so.
Yeah, I think it was impasto and then put the embossing powder in it, which was sort of interesting because
while it was still wet, and then Mariah did the wah.
Mm-hmm.
But I spent a little time on the 17 down here, kind of making it look like it's more integrated. Then Mariah did a nice little
napkin business, but I used the Blick matte medium and I covered all of it. Like, so that is napkin, but I didn't keep the fluffiness of it. Usually the only way that I do that
I really like it. I think it adds to the whole industrial feel.
It felt right that it wasn't fluffy, although I do kind of like the idea of, some like steel with something.
It was fluffy. Good. Oh, here we go. Circus and little edge there. That's so cute. It's going behind the 18. Isn't that adorable? As only Mariah can do.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is circus, and look at those edges there that were left on the thing that was glued down.
Yes.
And lots of stickers on this one.
Yeah, almost a full page. Well, a little bit.
But it has
from like 3 different pages.
It also, I went over the whole thing with texture gesso, and it has places where I have come in with the colored pencil to repeat.
Yeah, hold that one up into the green technology further. There you go. So you guys can see that a little bit more. A little creepy, but you know, still kind of fun. A plethora of circus stickers.
I don't even, where's my number on this one?
Up at the top.
Oh, yeah, there, 18.
And I told her that's funny, because I was like, I think you need to do something to that 18 because it's kind of, you know, and then you
can't say it.
Yeah, but you needed to do more.
Well, here's beautiful colors.
I didn't do a lot to that one. All I did is like glue down that napkin that had been stamped with the same stamp that.
Yeah, the circle.
Yeah, circle. And then that 19 I did specifically for this card, basically, and I actually made that 19.
All right, this one I spent hours on.
But digitally, I made that 19.
So, you know, here, this is just, when you look at these, you just, oh, what nice, clean lines, and, you know, looks, and this one looks like it's, you know, it flew out the window and it got run over by traffic on.
I think 19 really represents us as people and style.
There you go.
It's just really, that's P
light,
and M.
Dark.
Mm-hmm. And Sharon, I think you sent her that angel. She used a lot of things that Sharon said.
No, that's not Sharon's. That's Lydia.
Because I came in one of your latest packages. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I think Sharon has that stamp too. I feel like I've seen her use it.
But I was very proud of cutting that out, because I'll tell you what, cutting tissue paper is like pushing a rope up the river.
Yeah. Pushing a rope up the river.
Oh, this one's got lots of, whoa.
This one, I went all hoot-de-doo. Number 20 is my favorite number because I was born on October 20th.
Oh, that is a beautiful number. And it looks so good with the print.
And again, this is very mean.
And this is very, very, I think the print and the jewels go together. They just seem, and these little nestled businesses there.
I was a little irked that that bottom one turned so you can see the hole. I feel like I should run something through the hole.
Oh, a piece of
something
fluffy
dangly.
stuff.
Yeah, something dangly or something.
I think that's a good idea.
You should fill holes.
Absolutely. Well, this one evolved. It started out that I liked the print a lot and I didn't have anything on it.
Devin, she used that 19, but she'd turned it into 29. Very nice. I have not seen everybody's stuff. It was starting to get, and I know poor Carrie is just still like seeing thick because, you know, he this was his challenge, and I know that he felt very obligated. I made
that 20. I'm very proud of that 20.
To watch people and see all the different things that people have posted. And I felt a little of that pressure, not as much as he had, but yeah, it's been there's a lot.
21.
There are over, in fact, let me look at that real quick. I'm gonna look at the latest stat.
Wendy, she stole one of my things there.
She did.
This is with that puff paint. You can feel it. It's bumpy. 21. I love how she did the 21. It looks very good with that style.
All right. As of today, there are 1,300 videos associated with the hashtag Jelly Postcard Play. 74 channels.
Wow. Okay, I got to move on.
And that's just on YouTube. That doesn't even count like the people that are posting on Facebook and Instagram and maybe even TikTok. 22. See, 22 led to the shark card because I wanted this to be the shark card, but we were already kind of in it.
Yeah. And
people were like, nay, don't do that.
Yeah. 22. I'm going to go fast because I'm starving to death.
My tummy's growling too.
Oh, that's 21. Whoops.
Plus you got 5 minutes.
I don't know. I may have got some of these together. 23.
You file to the front.
Oh, look at that. Nice little key thing. A little marker thing. Should write something really you know,
Profound.
super smart on the back. I love this one. It just, you know.
Like, beware of your demons.
23. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm holding my finger in here so I don't have to find it. Okay, 24. I don't know, 24. My 24 is not very interesting. I think Mariah's 24 is much more interesting.
Well, but in that, like, I didn't spend a lot of time on that. Like, the card itself was just already quite beautiful. I just utilized some of that same napkin stuff that she had put on her card. I don't know what number that was, but same stuff.
Yeah.
I got the leftovers. And then the number again just fit. And
yeah. Well, and I made my 24. Mm-hmm. This is a print. This is the edge of the sheet that I put down to keep it from. Okay. 25 and 25. Moon was added at the last minute. I love that. And here's this more that same.
Yes.
Wipe up.
Hey.
That went a long way.
It really did. It made it on, what, 3 different cards? Basically. Yeah.
And I think that that's some of that Bria Reese.
It is.
Ink. It's cool stuff.
Yeah. It's not alcohol ink, though.
No.
It's a different ink.
It's ink. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Why do we have.
Well, they got shoved in the same pocket.
Oh, my goodness. 28. 29. 30.
I think I was kind of hurrying through.
Oh, I guess. 27.
I don't know where you're 26.
I don't know where.
This is your 26.
Oh, that's my 26.
Here, you want to show? Hey, look at that. It's so
oh
good.
My gosh,
it's
look
so
at that curly Q up there. Oh, I freaking love it.
Here, and blow on it.
Now that's some stuff. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much.
And then I think if you just do a little 26 under the tail or right in that tail area.
Right there.
Yeah.
Here. Okay, I'll leave that out and do that.
I think you should do it with the pink so it's not like.
Well, I have to practice my 26.
Okay.
I'll do that. I promise to show you tomorrow. 26.
Oh, and I love that 26, we've got an orange and a blue complementary colors. I mean, that's just, you know, sometimes I'm telling you.
Okay. And this is 27 with the crab holding on.
Did you? 27. Now that's kind of one of my top faves. I loved how that one turned out.
I think these look so good together.
They do. I hadn't, you know, this is the first time debuting together, but yeah, they work.
Okay, this is 28. It used to be 25.
And that had to get adjusted because she found her original 25. There you go.
I mean, you know, but it does have stuff that's done on it, and I'll tell you what,
That's on 3 different cards, 3 different of my cards.
It is. I love that stuff.
It worked well.
29. Uh-oh. I don't know where my 29 is.
Oh, your 29 should be the beetle.
Oh, it
Do you
is.
have the beetle?
No, I handed you the beetle.
No, not this beetle. This is the other 26, but we decided that, you know, the orange kitty's going to be. But the other beetle, it should be in there. It's just gotten stuffed in or. There, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me knowing things.
And I think these two look really nice together because of that.
Yeah. And we used the same number. Like the same.
Oh, we did.
That didn't happen.
I think that's the only time it happened.
Yeah. No, on number 1, we did.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was a good number 1.
That was a good number 1.
Yes. Okay, you got 3 more and then we'll call it. We're showing all of them.
29.
Hey, Darcy.
30.
I love 30.
30.
Oh, we did use the same number on 30, but I used the big one, you used the little one.
Yeah. Look at that. And we both went for it because of the luminosity of the number.
Yes.
I would like to do a little more pencil work up here.
That would be fine. I would be good with that. Don't get rid of too much of that napkin-y texture, though, because I
yeah,
like
but I
that
think
Ripley.
I need to make the flower, and I think the flower needs a little more yellow to it.
Okay.
Okay, this is
30.
30. And 31. Look at that. That string going around there and around the 31.
Mm-hmm. I think those look good together.
I think they do too, because enough of this dark.
And it's funny because we did not like do ours like there were very few that we actually worked on at the same time.
I was either way ahead or behind.
Thank you, Devin.
And see, again, this is the one where I went over it with that.
Yeah.
And some of the pearl eyes showed through and some kind of went away, but I thought it was fine.
Yeah. It kind of needed to because it was like a little too like, claws out.
All right. Well, that's it, folks.
There we go. I will be back here tomorrow with Izzy and some special little project thing that she wants to do along with, I don't know what. I might work on some postcards or something. I don't really have anything planned. We might have some new things to show tomorrow.
What number is this?
26. So there we go. All right. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Should be fun no matter what we get into. Bye, guys.